Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Love Heals Cancer and ZenOnco.io. I'm Justina from ZenOnco.io. This is our cancer healing journey talk where we invite speakers who have gone through cancer, maybe as a patient, caregivers, or survivors. These CHAs are very close to our hearts because many patients tell us that when they listen to others' journey, it inspires them. It helps them to boost confidence and gives them hope that if others have been successfully beaten this disease, why can't they? So, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining our today's CHA talk. So, could you please introduce yourself and tell us how it all began?
Good morning. Hi, my name is Carla Harrington, and I'm honored to be part of this session on today. I'm just honored to be part of sharing my story and my testimony about my journey with colon cancer. So, in 2007, for about a year, I went undiagnosed, misdiagnosed for about a year. It started out with abdominal pains, shortness of breath, and bloating. And I had gone to numerous doctors, and no one could really tell me what was going on. As a matter of fact, I was sent home with Vitron C and just told I was severely anemic. But I knew something was wrong because I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't getting any better. And by the end of 2007, close to about September, October, I became acutely ill and I ended up in the hospital getting 3 blood transfusions. During that time, they requested a hematologist come in, and her name is Dr. Patel, who's my current oncologist. And right away, she knew why I was losing so much blood in my stool. And she requested a colonoscopy. And I believe it was December of 2007, I had the colonoscopy. And 3 days before Christmas, I was told, after it had gone through after we finished the colonoscopy, I was told that I had a tumor the size of a golf ball that was blocking in my transverse colon, the transverse area, and that I needed emergency surgery. So they scheduled me for surgery, and it did take about another month or so. So in the beginning of February of 2008, I was scheduled to have a partial colectomy, and it removed about 50% of my colon, maybe 60% of my colon. And I was told that they weren't sure if I would make it through surgery, and they weren't sure as to how far the cancer had spread it. So after the surgery was successful. They removed the transverse area of my colon as well as the surrounding lymph nodes. And I was in the hospital for about 9 days. And during that time, the surgeon, he was a wonderful surgeon. He came in and he stated after pathology had come back that I had stage 3C colon cancer. During that time, it was a shock because I was doing all of the right things. I was eating healthy. Wasn't eating pork or beef or anything like that. And I was 38 years old at the time when I was diagnosed. So after completing my hospital stay, they set me up to have chemotherapy. They gave me the option to have a port put in or to do the pill form, which is called Xeloda. So I wanted to continue to work. So I decided to do the pill form, which was 4 large pills in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and 4 at night. And I thought that it would be a lot better for me, but actually it was just as toxic, I thought, as taking the port. because I became nauseous. I couldn't, be outside with the sun. My hands were blue, my feet were blue, and they hurt. Um, Lost of appetite. I think I lost about 20 pounds during the whole process, and I ended up back in the hospital a couple of times for being dehydrated. So I ended up doing the chemotherapy for about 10 months. During that time, I would also have to go to the hospital 2 or 3 days to do infusion therapy to help with my immune system. But eventually I got through it after 10 months. And afterwards, maybe about um, it took about 3 years for me to completely get through the whole process. End up having about 3 more surgeries. Scar tissue that had formed where the surgical air incision was located, as well as a lymph node under my arm I had to have removed. So as of today, 14 years later, I have no evidence of disease. So my doctors say that I am cancer-free.
It's so good to know, ma'am, that it has been so long and the recurrence, nothing. There is no trace that you know, have went through so much in those 3 years. It would have been pretty tough, but still you managed to get it over, and you're still, managing to have such a healthy lifestyle all
Yes,
over again.
yes.
So good to know, ma'am. So, was there any family history from your side?
At the current time, well, at the time while I was going through cancer, I didn't think they asked me had any of my relatives had colon cancer. But I asked my mother and my father, and no one knew. But years later, as a matter of fact, it was around 2014, 2015, my father's brother ended up with colon cancer and he succumbed to it within less than a year. He's stage 4. And I found out that it actually ran on my father's side of the family. So it was, I think, genetic.
Okay. So, as you said that, it was all shocking and all. So, how did your parents and your family, other family members reacted to this diagnosis news?
I think everyone was shocked because I was so young. And at that particular time, usually colonoscopies were not given until you were about 50 years old. But now, because there's so many young people, as far as young as teenagers, are getting colon cancer, now, if you advocate that you're not feeling well and you think that there's something going on, and you have those symptoms, then you can get a referral and approval and a recommendation to get a colonoscopy. I do believe that the current age could be 30, I believe, as the earliest that you can get it. I was told that my children needed to get a colonoscopy annually when they turned 30. So, but my family was very supportive, but they were pretty much shocked and really didn't understand cancer. So I became an advocate for my own health, and I wanted to educate myself and my family as much as I could in regards to how it happened, how it could have happened, how to get through it, and how to survive it.
Okay, so it's so good, ma'am, that you're still, like spreading awareness, giving knowledge to, like giving knowledge to your upcoming generation just to avoid what you went through and, not to repeat the history. That's great.
Mhm.
So, was there any comorbidities during your cancer journey?
Was there, I'm sorry.
Comorbidities, like any side effects like hypertension or anything such as?
Oh, the side effects from chemotherapy. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. The side effects from the chemotherapy was the nausea. I was nauseated a lot, and I couldn't stay in the sun. I couldn't really be in the sun because of the Zolota pill form chemotherapy that they had me on for about 10 months. But other than that, I did get dehydrated as well a couple of times and ended up back in the hospital because it just flushes your whole system, getting rid of the bad cells, but also killing some of your good cells. But after the 10 months, it took me about 3 years to actually feel like I was healthy again.
So this 3 years would have been very, felt like so long for you because 3 years is pretty long actually. So it would have been pretty tough for you. So, ma'am, was there any alternative treatment you thought of or planned with your medical experts during your journey?
At the time, I was married to my first husband. He succumbed to cancer in 2011. He had lower intestinal cancer. And when he found out, it was stage 4. And he survived for about 5 years afterwards, and he ended up succumbing to it. But back then, he was a nutritionalist, and we wanted to do herbs, the alternative treatment, but I was told by my oncologist that I really needed to do the chemotherapy because it was stage 3, and it began to spread in some of my lymph nodes. I did, however, do a lot of regimens, like carrot juice. I did a lot of juicing. I didn't eat pork or beef that much before, but I really stayed away from it after going through cancer, and exercising, just making sure that I did a lot of walking and cardiovascular exercising as well.
Okay, ma'am. So, as the cancer treatment and the cancer journey itself is pretty hard, and it went, continued for another 3 years. So, but still, you managed to overcome it. So, how did you manage to, mentally and emotionally be stable during that time? Because it would be very stressful. So, how did you manage?
I think, and I know, it's my faith in God and my spiritual walk and my spiritual journey. During that process, I became a licensed and ordained minister. I was part of a great community, church community. It was Cornerstone Peaceful Bible Baptist Church. And I'm surrounded by a lot of great individuals who helped me along the way in my spiritual walk. And I really wanted to become an advocate for others as well. And so that's what I eventually ended up becoming. I did a cancer leadership program training. I finished that training with the Cancer Center Treatment of America in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And after that training, another minister, her name was Reverend Laverne Franklin Jones. We both came back to Maryland and started a cancer care ministry for our community. And people will come for prayer, come for resources, come for a place where they can feel safe to share their story and encourage one another through their cancer journey as they began it, or as they were going through it or coming out of it. And as well as caregivers, we provided a place for caregivers as well to come and to feel like they had a support system. So we had a support group as well.
That's great. Like you still, manage to extend hand for the survivors, patients, and even caregivers. Because for caregivers also they do have go through hard times, because they'll be seeing their loved ones going through such a very dark phase, and they also have to like see them turning from a healthy person to a very,
Yeah. Yes.
very breaking down moments they have to witness. So it's
Mhm.
hard for them also mentally. So it's really good that, the beautiful thought that you have for extending help is very wonderful.
Mhm.
So, ma'am, during that time, when you feel that it's too much to handle, so some people do journaling, some people, follow a proper uh, exercise routine. So what helped you the most during that uh, hard moments?
I had a really great medical team. My oncologist, Dr. Patel, um, she's been with me since the beginning of 2007, and it's now 2022. And she has helped me along my journey. She's professional at what she does, and she's an awesome faith-filled physician. And I do have to go back for my appointments every 6 months to get my blood work done. And sometimes um, sometimes I may have to get a scan or two if I feel that something is not feeling right because I'm an advocate for my own health. And my current husband, I remarried last October, where God opened up a door for me to love again. And so I have a wonderful, supportive husband who supports me and understands my journey. And he makes sure that I stay on top of my appointments.
That's so great, ma'am. That because during this tough times, we only, expect from our loved one only, like the support, mental support, and also all kind of support, a motivation. So,
Yes.
and also during this time, it's very hard for people to find proper medical support because there are like different medical experts have different opinions. So it's fortunate that you got proper medical support that time. So you
Mhm.
managed to stay healthy till now. It's a great fortune, to be honest. So good to know that.
Yes, thank you.
So, ma'am, as you said that there were many diet plans and all the life changing because when you follow a treatment, especially in cancer treatment, the lifestyle entirely changes. So, what were the lifestyle changes happened for you during the cancer treatment and which all you are still following?
I would say that the life changing moments for me with my diet would be is that I'm just very careful about what I eat. Sometimes I may have a taste for something here and there, but I try to stay on my regimen. And I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. I drink more water. I do a lot of lemon water now, um, as well as I do a lot of walking and just making sure that I do my part to make sure that um, I'm living healthy and I'm eating to survive. So I think that's the key for me.
That's great. That, it is the consistency is the key to, achieve anything. So
Mhm.
that's great that you're still following a particular regime and you're, taking care of yourself. That's very important. One should actually follow that.
Yes.
So as so much happened, you started like listening to your body, taking care of yourself every day. Though some cheat days happen, but still as you said that you eat to live. Uh, so, uh, so what are your top three learnings that you got from this particular cancer journey?
Wow. It changed my perspective on life. I enjoy the smaller things in life now, and I enjoy life to the fullest. I enjoy nature, and my husband and I, we enjoy the water. So we're always at the beach or at a lake, and it's um, it's great healing for me for my continued healing process. And um, I think that I'm more compassionate for others, especially for anyone that's going through cancer. And if anyone that I hear about is going through colon cancer, um, if I could be of any assistance, I'm usually, you know, stating that I'm available for anything that you need. I feel like I have become a calmer person, less stress, because they say that um, you should live a stress-free lifestyle after going through cancer so that you'll be less likely to succumb to a reoccurrence. So it's been 14 years for me, and my doctors tell me that I have no evidence of disease. And I am very thankful and very grateful to God for giving me another chance to help someone, whether it's someone going through cancer, whether it's anyone that's going through end of life because I work in hospice, or whether it's just to encourage someone that I see walking on the street.
That's great. So, ma'am, one message that you want to give to the cancer patients and caregivers?
I would just encourage anyone going through cancer to advocate for your own health, listen to your body. If you feel like something is wrong, advocate for yourself to have a CT scan done or blood work, or find a doctor or physician who would listen to you and never give up. Never give up, because there is hope. Even in the darkest of times, there is hope. And even if you're diagnosed in a later stage, there still is hope. So I would just recommend or just state that if you find the right physician or medical team to assist you, you feel comfortable with them, then I feel like you will have someone in your corner. I feel that my faith level has increased. I am a more prayerful person, as well as a faith-filled individual who loves God's people and someone who see the good in everyone.
That's beautiful, ma'am. Like you so much have evolved mentally and physically with you, and it's just the growth I can see in you.
Mhm.
And it was a beautiful message that you conveyed to the cancer patients and caregivers. So, on that note, I would believe that this would have been a learning journey for you. So,
One
to
more thing
sum,
I would,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, sure.
one more thing I would like to say is The other thing that that keeps me going is my family. I have a very loving and caring family. I have my daughter, my biological daughter, my biological son. My oldest son succumbed to brain aneurysm in 2018. He was 27. But when I remarried October of last year, my husband has 4 grown children, 2 daughters and 2 sons. So now I have 4 bonus children as well as grandchildren. So we're a very close-knit family, and family is everything. And family also helps with the healing process when you have so much love to share and you receive love. So I'm very fortunate and I'm very thankful that I have a loving and caring family. And my mother's still alive. My father succumbed to lung cancer about 2 years ago, but I have siblings and a host of relatives and some close friends. And so to me, family is everything.
Beautiful, ma'am. Yeah, it's very fortunate to have such a loving, supportive family, and you're very fortunate on that. So,
Thank you.
ma'am, as you said that you have learned so much change has happened, right? And in this journey, some people come into your life, some people leave. So I would just put this journey as a chapter here. So to sum up this chapter in one sentence, what would it be?
To sum up this chat, it probably would be God had a plan for my life. He had a plan for my life, and he gave me divine healing.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was very, very inspiring listening to you, and your spiritual and your virtues that you hold is just shining out there and, giving hands to so many people who are suffering. So it was really, good to listen to you. And thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your experience with us. We wish you all the very best for your future endeavors,
Thank
ma'am. Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care, ma'am. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.